Hello Cloud Gurus and welcome to this lecture on Azure Monitor. Azure Monitor maximizes the availability and performance of your applications and services by delivering a comprehensive solution for collecting, analyzing and acting on telemetry from your cloud and on-premises environments. Azure Monitor provides visibility of cloud infrastructure status and application metrics through dashboards, workbooks, and Power BI. Insights into your applications and other resources that they depend on, such as containers and virtual machines. And optimization by supporting operations at scale with smart alerts, autoscaling, and the use of logic apps for automated action and remediation. This diagram shows a high-level view of Azure Monitor. At the center of the diagram are the data stores for metrics and logs, which are the two fundamental types of data use by Azure Monitor. On the left are the sources of monitoring data that populate these data stores. And on the right are the different functions that Azure Monitor performs with this collected data, such as analysis, alerting, and streaming to external systems. Next, we'll go into more detail on both the different types of log sources and the various functions and capabilities of Azure Monitor. All data collected by Azure Monitor fits into one of two fundamental types: metrics and logs. Metrics are numerical values that describe some aspect of a system at a particular point in time. They're lightweight and capable of supporting near real-time scenarios. Logs contain different kinds of data organized into records with different sets of properties for each type. Metrics data can be viewed in Metrics Explorer within Azure Monitor, which allows you to chart values of multiple metrics over time. You can view the charts interactively or pin them to a dashboard to view them with other visualizations. For many Azure resources, such as virtual machines, you'll also see a view of important metrics within the Overview section in the Azure portal. Log data is streamed to a log analytics workspace, where you can use queries to quickly retrieve, consolidate, and analyze collected data, and save search queries for use with visualizations or alert rules. Azure Monitor can collect data from various sources, ranging from your application, any operating system, and services which it relies on down to the platform itself. Azure Monitor collects data from each of these tiers. At the application level, data about the performance and functionality of the code. At the virtual machine level, operating system data. Also Azure resource monitoring data about the operations of particular Azure resources, for example, memory and processor utilization within a Kubernetes cluster. Azure subscription data relating to the operation and management of an Azure subscription, as well as data about the health and operation of Azure itself. Azure tenant monitoring data on the operation of tenant-level Azure services, such as Azure Active Directory. And lastly, you can create your own custom data sources for Azure Monitor as well. Application Insights is an Azure service which you can use to monitor the availability, performance and usage of web applications. It provides details on performance anomalies with analytics tools to help diagnose issues, understand user actions, and help to continuously improve performance and usability at the application layer. Application Insights can monitor web applications both running on-premises and also in the cloud. Azure Monitor for Containers is a feature which monitors the performance of container workloads deployed to either Azure Container Instances or Azure Kubernetes Service. Monitoring your containers is critical, especially when you're running a production cluster at scale with multiple applications. Azure Monitor for Containers provides performance visibility by collecting memory and processor metrics from controllers, nodes, and containers that are available in Kubernetes through the Metrics API. Container logs are collected through a containerized version of the Log Analytics agent for Linux. Azure Monitor for VMs monitors your Azure virtual machines and virtual machine scale sets. It analyzes the performance and health of your Windows and Linux VMs and monitors their processes and dependencies, providing health and performance metrics and a dependency map showing interconnected components with a virtual machine from other resource groups and subscriptions. Azure Monitor Alerts proactively notifies users of critical events. They can be configured to be sent to specified email addresses or can trigger an SMS message or webhook. We'll be covering Azure Alerts in a later lecture, and you'll create and trigger alerts yourself in a later lab. Azure Monitor dashboards allow you to combine different kinds of data, including both metrics and logs, into a single pane in the Azure portal. You can optionally share the dashboard with other Azure users, and elements throughout Azure Monitor can be added to an Azure dashboard, in addition to the output of any log query or metrics chart. For example, you could create a dashboard that combines tiles that show a graph of metrics, a table of activity logs, a usage chart from application insights, and the output of a log query. Well, that concludes this lecture on Azure Monitor. If you have any questions, please let me know. Otherwise, feel free to move on to the next lecture.